Are you a forward thinker? Then you need an HR and finance platform that thinks like you do. Workday is the AI platform that helps propel your organization, your workforce, and your industry into the future. Workday, moving business forever forward.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Gift magical mornings with Nespresso Virtuo Pop. Compact and stylish, Virtuo Pop is made to meet every morning coffee craving. From espresso to coffee, hot or iced, at the click of a button. And celebrate the season with Nespresso's limited edition coffee flavors. Sweet almond and hibiscus, cinnamon and candied tamarind, and festive double espresso. Magic in the making. Shop the holiday gift collection exclusively at Nespresso.com.
In 2005, two brothers hit the road in search of their father and wound up fighting demons, angels, monsters, and fate itself.
Over the next 15 years, Supernatural became more than just a TV show. It became a family with one of the most passionate fan bases in the world.
I'm Rob Benedict. I played Chuck Shirley. You might also know me as God.
And I'm Richard Speight Jr. I played Loki, the Trickster, and Gabriel. And I also directed more than a few episodes.
Now, we spent years making this show, but we never actually sat down to watch every single episode in order until now.
And that means that each week we're watching Supernatural from the beginning, now diving into Season 8, the year of purgatory, prophets, and the pursuit to close the gates of hell. And we'll be joined by cast, writers, directors, and the crew who help bring each episode to life.
You'll hear behind-the-scenes stories, our honest reactions, and maybe learn a little about how television gets made along the way.
Now, I'm warning you, there are gonna be spoilers. And remember, this is our first time truly watching the series, so if we miss a detail or don't remember what happens 3 seasons from now, well, that's part of the fun.
So join us as we keep the engine running, hit the open road, and fall even deeper in love with Supernatural. Hey everybody, I'm Rob Benedict.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Richard Speight Jr.
We're talking about Season 8, Episode 5, Blood Brother.
You're like a brother to me too, my friend. What's the title of the episode?
Blood Brother.
Hey, Blood Brother, right back at you. Now, what are we calling this episode?
We're calling it Blood Brother.
Okay, this seems off topic, but okay, we'll make up our own title. Oh, wait a minute. You're saying that's actually the title of the episode.
There you go. And you know, if you go back and listen to some of the other episodes, you might remember that I usually start off with the title of the episode. And most days, you don't understand what I'm saying.
Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Whatever.
That's what we call a recurring joke here on the... Hey guys, it's Thanksgiving week here in the States?
That's a question. And the answer is yes, it is. When this drops, it will be, yeah.
All right, it's Thanksgiving here in the States. What are you grateful for? I can tell you what I'm grateful for.
Can I go first?
I'm grateful for... I'm grateful for my blood brother, a person that's literally fought in the war with me. We've come a long way. I could truly, honestly call him one of my best friends. And I'm talking about Mr. Steve Hine, everybody. Steve Hine.
Yeah, Steve Hine. I was going to actually say, for a moment of honesty, that I was very, very grateful for someone with whom I feel has my back and creates the comedy of this show and really is the backbone of the whole thing. Oh. So tip of the cap to you, my friend, Trey Booty. Thank you so much for all that you've done.
Good stuff. All right, shall we take ourselves to Eagle Harbor, Washington?
Let's do it, Robert. By the way, I will say, one of the things I enjoy about watching Supernatural,
the sights of Vancouver,
is I learn a lot about geography.
Yeah.
They're like, I've been to some of these states. I'm like, and I know these are real towns. I'm like, well, I had no idea.
Yeah. There were a couple shots in this one where I was like, that's so obviously Vancouver. But then when I realized, they're in Washington State. Okay, I buy that.
Yeah, it actually could work.
Well, we're at Eagle Harbor where the vampire Benny Lafitte hunts down another vampire.
Benny Lafitte. I did not know he was France.
He's from New Orleans.
He's from New Orleans. Ali. Is he dating Ali?
That's his Sebastian Roche impersonation, everybody. Benny Lafitte hunts down another vampire, Quentin, who's stunned to see Benny alive, since he helped behead him on their maker's orders.
He must have been bummed to have to leave the frat party to find Benny on the docks.
Yeah.
All these dudes look like they should be named Chip and Trip. And
I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but how disappointed were you that the head vampire was like 12.
I was disappointed that he wasn't in Caddyshack, which was where he really belonged.
He was your son Steve's age. He might as well have been one of Steve's friends.
Yeah, and it felt like he should have been played by James Spader in 1987.
I was kind of hoping it was going to be like some, older statesman, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, well, Sebastian Roche would have made a good.
Oh man. I would have been a heck of a vampire. I would have bitten Ali.
So Benny demands to know where their maker is. When Quentin refuses, Benny decapitates him and takes on the others. Meanwhile, in Enid, Oregon, Sam and Dean break into a motel room, discovering that Kevin Tran...
Never heard of Enid, Oregon. I'm learning as we go.
You know Oregon.
And you know Oregons.
You know Oregons. Kevin Tran has left a fake trail. Dean gets a call from Benny, who says he's in trouble and needs help. Dean tells Sam he has personal business and drives off. Sam, frustrated, agrees to stay behind and search for Kevin. As Dean drives, he flashes back. There's a lot of flashbacks in this, just warning you.
Dude, lot of flashbacks.
He flashes back to Purgatory, fighting alongside Benny and Castiel. The three hunted monsters together while debating whether Cass could escape with them. Dean swore he wouldn't leave the angel behind.
I'm not your aunt.
Yeah.
That was a funny joke. I think.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you know what else?
I'm in no relation to your parent siblings.
Yeah, that was funny. It's a good Castiel. Also, I just have to pause and just say the hair this season is better than it's ever been. And I'm not just talking on Sam. Everybody's. The hair in Purgatory.
Castiel's hair is great.
Never better. Obviously, Dean is always, his hair always looks good, but it especially looks good here.
I think also the way the Purgatory film look is, the sort of the grainy gray color timing is great for his hair. And I like the scruff on Castiel.
Scruff's good. We need to have the hair department head, whoever was the hair department head this season, on the podcast.
Yeah, to talk about the majesty.
I mean, it truly is.
And also, everybody's hair is great. Maybe not Benny's. Doesn't matter. He always wears a jaunty cap.
Yeah, exactly.
Jaunty cap.
Like a fisherman.
Yar.
At the motel, Sam hears a noise and tightens a loose bathroom vent, triggering memories of the previous year. That one, that was a stretch for me.
Oof. Some of these memory triggers.
Especially Sam's memory triggers are just a little bit of a stretch. But in the flashback, Sam stayed at a motel with his dog and met Everett, a teen clerk who offered him work fixing fans. This led to Sam reconnecting with Amelia, who I had to remind myself, who's that?
No idea what was going on with that woman.
She seemed, as a veterinarian, she seemed a little bit nicer. And here she's like, who are you, stranger?
By the way, revealing that she has a dramatic drinking problem because her sink is clogged with margarita lines.
Yeah. And there's another scene where she's just pounding beers. Well, she of course is the local veterinarian.
I don't know how local she is because she's living in a motel.
Yeah, I don't understand that yet. But he was sent in to repair her sink. She's cautious and sarcastic, but it marked the start of
Did you say that in air quotes, or was he actually repairing her sink?
That's air quotes, yeah.
Clean out her pipes.
There you go. She was cautious and sarcastic, but it marked the start of their complicated connection. I'm confused about that one. I need more answers. I have more questions than I do answers after this episode in terms of what's going on there.
Yep.
In the present, Dean finds Benny wounded and hiding in a fuel tanker. He gives him a cooler of blood to heal. Once recovered, Benny admits he tracked down Quentin to find his maker, the vampire who created their nest, and intends to kill him. Dean insists on helping. Searching Quentin's body, they find a list of yacht names and launch times. Benny explains his old nest hunted yachts for food, capturing and killing entire crews while their maker lived like a god. They were vampirates. What'd you think of the vampirates line?
I thought it was kind of clever. I kind of liked their exchange. Like, that's like the third word you get to. But he's like, no, it's not.
Yeah. Benny once believed in that life until he fell in love with Andrea, a human heiress. They fled together, but the maker found them.
I dated an heiress, you know. It's true.
It's true, you know.
It's true.
They fled together, but the maker found them, ripped out Andrea's throat, and ordered Benny's execution. Dean and Benny follow a lead to Prentice Island, where the maker once lived. As they head across the water, Benny admits he's struggling to tell the real world from Purgatory.
Right.
At the island manor, Benny finds a photo of Andrea, who appears alive and very lovely.
I did kind of a chuckle that there's just a picture of Andrea by herself on a coffee table or an end table in the entryway. I'm like, yeah, like you do.
It's her headshot.
Framed photo of yourself.
She's alive, turned into a vampire. So he's captured by the nest and he's chained. And then Andrea tells him she serves the maker now, but she still loves him.
Oh, yeah. She sure does. She's all over his chili while he's tied to that chair.
Yeah. Then alone, she gets up in his chili and gives him a knife.
Yeah.
Frees him, saying she can't kill their maker herself, but he can. And then they can be together. When Sorrento, another vampire, comes to escort Benny to their maker, Andrea slips the blade into Benny's hand.
Right.
Meanwhile, Sam keeps trying to reach Dean, who ignores his calls. Sam, once again, is thrown into his memories of Amelia, realizing how much he misses the loss of their connection.
And remind me what catapulted him into this memory now? Like the sight of a shoe on the ground or something? Like, what was it?
That one? Oh, it was good. The first one was the fan. It's something like he sees a TV and then remembers that she had a TV.
He's fixing the ice machine, and I don't know. Like, I don't remember.
I feel like, it's something like there's a TV and like, oh yeah, she had a TV. He sees the front door. He's like, she had a door.
She had a door. The guy telling him what to do was a biped. Yeah, she was a biped. She walked upright on two legs.
Well, back at the maker greets Benny warmly. And again, he looks like the preppy kid in every 80s movie.
I can't believe they did. This was a perfect needle drop for like the Pina Colada song or Sailing.
Yeah. He was definitely yacht rock.
Or Yamo Be There.
Yeah. But I see what they were going for. They were going for kind of the Anne Rice vampire. The Interview with a Vampire, like the young, hot vampires, I think.
Gotcha. Do you know who was one of the vampires all over the place? I'm sure you noticed this.
No.
Mike Karp.
Really?
Yeah, dude. They kept showing him like, oh, there's Karp, getting some on-screen work.
No way.
And then to remind our listeners, we've had Mike Carpenter on this podcast. He was the primary stunt double for Jared for almost the entire run of the show, and then he's now a stunt coordinator and does big shows, but
not a carpenter.
Ironically, Mike Carpenter, and the carpenter's name was Dave Stunts.
No, that's not true. That's good. Wait, so was he like next to Sorrento?
Do you remember the guy who goes down the hall looking for the phone ring and then answers it, and then Dean chops his head off?
Yes,
that was Carpenter.
That's awesome.
That was Mike Carp.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but he was in other shots, kind of looming back there. I'm like, ooh, Mike Carp.
Right.
Nice role.
Well, the maker greets Benny warmly. A little flirty.
He didn't have to wear a Sam wig, finally, for once.
Oh, yeah. And the maker is curious how his former favorite returned from death.
Yeah.
He admits turning Andrea as a revenge and as a reminder of Benny, but Benny reveals Andrea freed him. When Sorrento attacks, Benny kills him, declaring he's learned new tricks in purgatory. He turns on his maker, who says life has lost all meaning and he'll die in his own terms. Benny kills him anyway. I felt a little cheated by that. We didn't see it.
Well, something else, this made me think of something else. In the teaser, when those three guys kind of surround Benny, the main guy's like, I don't know what you're doing back here. He's like, well, you might kill me, but I sure will see you where we go next, or whatever he says.
Yeah.
And then Benny's got a knife, and the guy goes, Fang. And then Benny just chops his head off. Like, there's no fight. I was like, why'd you fang out? And like, you just immediately sacrificed yourself.
I thought that too. I think it has to do with
budget and time.
I thought about that too, because it was all through the episode. He easily takes down these vampires. I think he learned a thing or two in purgatory, and he's got vampire powers.
I guess, but the other guy's a vampire too, and Benny's holding a knife, so it's not a surprise attack. I know. I mean, they're looking at each other.
It's a little bit like that scene from Indiana Jones where the guy yields the knife and he just shoots him.
Blam.
Well, Benny returns to Andrea, bloodied but triumphant, only to realize she no longer wants to leave.
What do you mean you don't want to leave?
She wants them to rule the nest together, to keep hunting and killing as they once did. Benny tells her the woman he loved is gone, that monsters like them destroyed her. When she attacks, Dean appears and kills her. And that was in that moment, I was like, in my mind, I was joking that like Benny's like, hey, whoa, buddy, what are you doing?
We were good. I was convincing her.
Yeah, exactly.
I felt like she was contemplating my points as we fought.
Yeah. As they leave, Benny asks Dean why he resurrected him. Dean replies, he's like, what are you talking about? Don't you hold your tongue. Dean replies, he keeps his word.
Don't make me hold your tongue for me.
Benny admits he's no longer sure what he is. In flashback, in purgatory, Benny confides he's chosen not to feed on humans, seeing something sacred in them that monsters shouldn't take. Castiel notes that humanity kills far more of its own than monsters ever could.
Well, thanks for the downer note, Castiel. Give the man a W, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Back in the present, Dean and Benny return to the docks where Sam awaits. Very awkward introduction. Sam reaches back for like his something vampire killer thing. He's like, oh, don't you do it.
Yeah.
You know?
As you would. Nobody judges Sam.
When Sam realizes Benny's a vampire, his hand goes to his knife. Dean gives him a look to stop him. Benny excuses himself, leaving the brothers saying, you guys got some things to talk about. And the brothers stare each other down. Sam's angry. Dean's defiant. and the bond between them is shaken once again. You know,
Oh my God.
and that's the end of the episode. It's never good when Sam and Dean are lying to each other. And the whole episode, I was like, just tell them about Benny.
I don't get the point of lying about this either. I don't understand what Dean is getting out of not telling.
Again, I feel like, here's what I think. I think people have told us they like season 8. I don't know. But you know how when you watch Game of Thrones, you watch the first 3 episodes, you're like, I don't get it. But then if you keep watching, they're like, okay. I keep thinking that season 8 is going to reveal itself a little more. Because right now, I'm a bit confused.
Yeah.
I'll admit it. I'm confused. I don't know. I feel like something happened in Purgatory we don't know yet. And I feel like something happened with Sam that we don't know yet. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, this is leading towards something.
Yeah.
Why does the fan on the ceiling remind him of that woman? And who's that woman?
That's the veterinarian.
I know who she is. I'm just like, why is it such a big deal?
Because Sam wanted a real life.
I know it needs to be bigger stakes than that. It's got to be more.
I know. Okay, to your point, I don't get why Dean didn't just go, hey, while you were dinking around with the local veterinarian, I was in Purgatory fighting my ass off, and I befriended this dude who's a vampire.
Yeah.
Don't kill him.
Right.
He's one of the good ones. Like, it ain't that hard to kind of walk him through the building blocks here.
Maybe he was in Nam and he doesn't, you know what I mean? He doesn't want to talk about it.
I guess, but to your point, and this is story related, and they're making this point in the story,
Yeah.
that they're not usually guys who take phone calls that the other guys don't know about,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Sam gets a call from somebody.
Yeah.
He usually tells
Right.
Dean, he's like, I got to go help my buddy or whatever.
Yeah.
So Dean being like, I got to go do something.
Yeah.
What? Do something. I got to go do something.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Back off.
Yeah. He's just a guy, okay? He's just someone I know. Yeah, and the other thing is, this was written and directed by 2 of our absolute favorites. Written by Ben Edlund, directed by Guy B. And I kept thinking, oh, it's a Ben Edlund script, so maybe
It's not sort of your classic Ben Edlund script.
right. Well, that's why I kept thinking, like, oh, this is laid to it's actually
These are all lizards.
yeah, exactly. They're all lizards. But yeah, so there've been a lot of flashbacks.
The story structure, which obviously sort of is built into the sauce this year, is that both boys are flashing back
Lots of flashbacks.
nonstop.
Lots of flashbacks. That's why I keep thinking, oh, there's something bigger going on here because flashbacks add to the stakes, right? This isn't just Sam walking to this random girl's hotel room.
No.
This means something.
Right.
So if it all adds up to it doesn't mean something, I'm going to be a little bummed.
No, it means something. We're not there yet.
Right. But anyway, what do you think?
All right. Well, I guess let's do the thing that we do. Okay.
Yes.
R, Rob and Rich. Ratings. Oof. I'm still struggling. I'm just going to be honest. Still get my toe hold here.
Uh-huh.
And the flashback, the new structure is trippy.
Yeah.
With the flashbacks.
The hair's great.
I'm going to give this, I'm just going to flat out say it. I'm going to give this a 1980s Miami Vice Don Johnson.
That's good.
It's
looks good.
Solid stubble.
Yeah.
You know, it's handsome. It's groomed.
Yeah.
Consistent, but it's maybe not quite a beard. It's a unshaven, sexy,
Yeah.
but not quite beard look.
Yeah. You're going to do the Don Johnson.
1980s Don Johnson.
Yeah. And so he was Crockett, right?
Ernest. It was Ernest and Tubbs.
Crockett and Tubbs.
Ernest and Tubbs.
No.
I'm kidding. Ernest Tubbs, a classic old country music singer.
Okay. Well, this is why I'm telling you. That's a great, great answer and apropos. And I'm going to give it a Tubbs.
Thank you.
Yeah.
When I lob a softball like that, I need somebody to swing.
Yeah.
So what is Tubbs? Remind me what Tubbs' facial hair configuration was.
Well, now that I look at it, he doesn't have any, but neither does Don Johnson.
That doesn't have the Don Johnson. I mean, I don't know if you remember.
They both look.
It was a big deal to be like slightly unshaven back in the day. I'm sticking with it though.
I'm sticking with it too because I think at times they did, and they just have
the 2-day shadow.
They've got great, great jawlines. They both do.
Both very handsome.
Both very handsome. Great jawlines. I mean, come on.
True.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, it looks good. The hair looks great. I'm still a little confused about the substance.
Yeah. This is a transition episode. Let's just be honest. This is obviously a link in the chain. We're going to get somewhere, and we're going to go, oh,
yeah.
Right.
You know who's great in it? It's nice to have always nice to have a good new energy with the guest stars. I mean, this show, I'm always explaining the show to people outside of the show. And they're like, were you a series regular? Were you in every season? I'm like, no, but it's the kind of show where a guest star comes along and they do multiple episodes, and it's so few because there are only 2 series regulars that it's memorable. You know what I mean?
Right.
And in this episode shows clearly
this season,
in this whole season is Ty Olson's character Benny.
Yeah.
Benny is my nickname in some circles.
Yeah, and we're always, and when you get somewhere at the same time as somebody else, where I was like, oh, look, Rob, that was a tie.
Exactly.
So you have that going for you too.
Totally.
And you, in your office, you can't see it, it's off to the right, you have a poster of the Olson twins.
That's right. So I'm very linked to Ty Olson in that way.
And I'm always like, which one is your favorite Olson twin? And you always say, every time I say that, you say, it's a tie.
Our guest, of course, today is Ty Olson, who plays Benny.
Yeah, man.
You know, we've known Ty for years now, but we've never seen him on the show. So it's fun to see.
No, it's super cool to go back and see his work too, because I remember him, palling around with Jensen back in the day. And
I remember we were in Vegas, and I remember when I met him.
So do I. You and I were together.
Yeah. And Jensen was super fired up. He was like, Dean's in purgatory, and he meets this guy. He's fired up about the storyline. It was pretty fun.
And was enjoying acting alongside Ty, and now we know why, because we're getting to see the work, and it's awesome.
Well, Ty's been in a bunch of movies, such as The Chronicles of Riddick, X2, X-Men United, Thanksgiving, and Planet of the Apes. Hey, that's apropos.
The dude works all the time. I see him all the time in stuff.
Yeah. What a coincidence. He was in a movie called Thanksgiving, and it's Thanksgiving.
And here we are.
American Thanksgiving.
Right.
He's been featured in such TV shows as Battlestar Galactica, Eureka, The 100, The Man in the High Castle, and Billy the Kid. And he played Benny in 9 episodes of Supernatural.
How many have we seen? This is our second with him?
Third, I want to say.
Third? Okay. Many more Ty Olson episodes to go.
And without further ado, here's our conversation with Ty Olson.
There he is.
Ty Olson.
What's up, boys?
There he is.
What's up, dude?
How are you?
Good. How are you, man?
Very good.
Dude, thank you for doing this.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
How long have you guys been doing this?
Since the dawn of time.
I see. We're on season 8. We're on season 8. We're probably doing about 4 years.
Okay, well.
Because we're going episode by episode, one at a time.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's wow.
Yeah, so we watched the episode. We're basically watching the show for the first time.
Yeah.
And then we interview someone who worked on the episode.
It's funny you say that because I feel like this might have been the first time I watched the episode back to back without.
Yeah.
You catch it ADR or you catch it like because the kids are watching or something. But it's the first time I sat down and it's so nice after all these years to look back at it and go, oh, right.
Yeah.
Little snapshot of your life during that time. It's cool.
Totally. Yeah, it's like a family movie.
Yeah, because this season 8 is now a full disclosure, man. Rob and I know we've been associated with the show for years, but we haven't watched it, and so we're watching it in order.
Yeah.
And so I know you do 9 episodes. Are they all in season 8?
No, there's a couple spread out. I do a second character in season 2.
Right.
So not the Benny character only is season
8, but there's 9, and I think somebody said there's a 10. And I guess I show up at 15 for Blip, but I don't remember doing it. So
that might be edited in from another thing.
Yeah.
Okay, because you are the big guest star of this season. I mean, the Benny Dean relationship is it's the linchpin of this
big arc.
So we have many questions. So let's just dive in. Starting with what you just said, you weren't Benny in season 2. What was your first role?
Eli. But ironically, I played a vampire who also was vegetarian, so to speak, who was part of a coven that was trying not to eat humans.
You're being typecast.
Yes.
It's vegetarian.
I remember that. It's crazy. I love I think Brianna Buckmaster also, wasn't she in? I think she did a role early on where she's not Donna.
Oh, did she? Yeah.
I don't think so. Actually, I think she might be one of the few Canadians that wasn't in anything.
Well, there are a couple other Canadians I know that have.
I remember when the audition came in, I was like, do they know I've done this before? And I was like, because this is a much better character. I'm like, I want to do the audition, but I don't want to do it if they go, oh, yeah, right, you played this guy before.
It's funny, as a guy who went in to direct episodes, whenever you get the cast list, it would tell you, like Ty Olson, and it'll say in parentheses, he appeared in season 2. But over the years, you're on 15 years, you're going to have gone through a lot of talent.
Yeah.
And there's audiences are smart, man.
Yeah.
Like Dick Wolf does it all the time. He'll use the same actors, give it a little breath and then bring them back as something else.
Yeah.
I always feel like Hollywood is too quick to think, oh, it's going to mess with people. Like, no, it's not.
Yeah, we've been doing this since the dawn of time. I mean, back in the theater where you can't afford to have 100 people in a show for a little community theater. So you have multiple people playing multiple roles all the time.
Yeah.
It goes back to Shakespeare, man.
Yeah.
We used to have men playing women.
Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pop on a dress and oh my God, it's probably nobody else.
Totally.
Exactly.
Okay, guys, hold on. We're coming right back.
Hey everybody, Richard Spade Jr. If you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. No contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS. Here's why I said yes to making the switch and getting premium wireless for $15 a month. For starters, you want to ditch overpriced wireless and their jaw-dropping monthly bills, unexpected overages and hidden fees. Plans at Mint Mobile start at $15 a month. That's right, $15 a month. That's like a coffee and a half. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your number along for the party. Why not, huh? Why ditch that thing? It's still working. I got Mint Mobile for my kids. Why? Because I want to control what they're doing. Yeah, I'm a controlling guy like that. They call that being a dad. And I want to be sure they're not going crazy or rogue and racking up big bills. So if I'm prepaying and I'm doing it through Mint, I know they're getting great connections. I know I can reach them when I need to. I know they're getting data when they need to. And I know that the bill is going to be exactly what the bill is because there's no jaw-dropping overages, as I said before. And the quality is great. So, are you ready to say yes to saying no? I thought so. So go make the switch at mintmobile.com/supernatural. That's mintmobile.com/supernatural. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
Hey, everybody. It's Rob Benedict. I want to talk to you about Quince again. Listen, the holidays are coming up. You're going to have your holiday parties. People are going to want you to get all gussied up. And you want to reach for something that you don't even have to think about. You know you look good in. Simple, easy, smart-looking clothes. Because you want to look good, you want to feel good, but you need it to be easy. So I've been buying a lot of Quince lately, I got to be honest. And this season's lineup looks pretty exciting. It's smart and easy, like $50 Mongolian cashmere sweaters that feel like an everyday luxury, and wool coats. They're equal parts stylish and durable. They're denim. I bought their jeans. Check. It nails the fit and everyday comfort, all at a fraction of what you'd expect to pay. By partnering directly with ethical factories and top artisans, this is my favorite part, Quince cuts out the middlemen to deliver premium quality at half the cost of other high-end brands. So you can get these great-looking quality pieces without the great-looking quality price tag. All right, here are my 2 latest Quince items. I got myself a pair of slacks, the kind of slacks that you could wear to a party, or you could also put tennis shoes on and go down to the grocery store, like casual slacks. And I like clothes that don't have, the store's insignia all over it. These are just Quince steps back and lets you look good. The other thing I bought is a short sleeve sweater shirt, and it's going to be sharp. I can't wait to put these on at some of these conventions we have coming up. Also, hot tip, hot take, holidays meets gift giving. This place is a perfect place to go for your shopping. And they have accessories too. It's not just clothes. So check that out. Give and get timeless holiday staples that last this season with Quince. Go to quince.com/STN for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/STN. Free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/STN. Thanks for listening, everybody. And now back to the episode.
Now, I know you were Eli, so that notwithstanding, before you worked on Supernatural, because you worked a lot, man. You've got an impressive resume. Did you already know Jared and Jensen?
I had worked with Jensen on Dark Angel.
Right.
Very briefly.
I had a hunch.
Yeah, I was like house bodyguard for an episode. And so he was the guest spot for the episode. But we didn't have a ton of contact. Obviously, he was the guest star for the show, and I was a little earlier in my career. So we had met then, but I don't think I'd ever met Jared before or anything.
We were talking before you came on that we both distinctly remember meeting you, and it was, I want to say it was in Vegas, but
It was, dude. And I even know what hotel it was. I know totally where we were.
We're at the lobby bar of a hotel.
Of like the Bellagio.
And Jensen and Jared were there, and you were there, and we all came in, and Jensen was like, "This is Benny, and this is what's going on." He like pitched us who Benny was and what the the season was going to be, because we were very much out of the show at this point.
Right,
and so he was like, "Yeah, and I'm in purgatory. I meet this guy. This is him," and you. Everyone's jazzed about you.
Yeah, he really teed you up for social success.
That's nice. I was just going to say, you said team me up for social success. He's been so kind over the years. You are away from the show for so long, but with the convention world and with the show going on years after my seasons ended, it's nice to hear while you hear little birds go, "Oh, did you hear what Jensen said?" I was like, "Oh, that's sweet of him."
That's nice. Yeah,
it really is. Because it's connected and just makes you feel good that somebody's thinking about you and saying positive things. So it's nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, like, I would imagine if you're Jensen and you're, number 1 and 2 on the call sheet, like those guys are, but your work is hinging on the caliber of guest star you're now handed. You have nothing to do with bringing them in. You just arrive and they go, "Here's your new partner for the next year."
Yeah.
Like, it must be a real relief if it's somebody, because you're a incredibly talented actor. It must be a real relief to have you show up and be like, "Oh, great, I'm playing with this guy." That's shoo.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. That's kind of you. I've been doing this a long time now. I'm coming on to 30 years or something. So, and I started very young. I started professionally pretty young. I was classically trained, and I think like any actor, once you learn to deal with your nerves and get your process in place, and it's like there's a pocket of time where you really, I think it's like owning a dog. Your dog is really hyper and hard to deal with, but it's lovely. But then you get golden years where they're well behaved, but they're young enough to go hiking with you, and they're not outrageous, and they're so fleeting. I think I'm in my golden years right now. Another 5-10 years, who knows what's going to happen?
That's awesome.
Well, So when you first you got this audition for Benny, and what did they say? Hey, this is going to be multiple episodes?
Yeah, I think it was 3 to 4, if I remember correctly. So, it's funny because most of the time, anytime I've been, most of the time I've been a series regular or a heavily recurring character, it's been one on the set where I've done something with the character where they're like, "Oh, let's bring that guy back again."
Yeah.
Right.
Because they certainly weren't expecting that many episodes. I know that that wasn't ransom.
And then how much history did the writers give you in terms of Benny? Did you come in with the accent? Or did they say?
Well, so it's interesting because I had one of those moments where I was like, did you rewrite history in your head about this? Because I don't remember the breakdown saying anything about Louisiana, but I remember the dialogue being so distinct. Like, it was written in so well that the accent just started to come out. And I'm like, did you make that up? Are you patting yourself on the back and history revising? I don't know. I don't think so. Like, I feel like the accent was, I had a moment of going, "Well, I hope they like this." And not really remembering where the accent was even. I was like, this sounds right. And maybe there was some hint in the script of another way, but the writing was it was written into the dialogue so well. There was no option.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, this is the only way.
Right.
Yeah.
But, and maybe I lucked out, and maybe my ignorance. I saw it on the page somewhere and didn't then look at it again, and then subliminally thought it was my idea. I don't know.
Well, and it's interesting because it is a kind of a silent give and take between the actor and the writers, because they'll notice something you're doing and they'll write to that. I don't know if they knew at the beginning, but your character's last name is Lafitte.
Oh, yeah.
So it makes sense that you're, I don't know, they might have come up with that after the fact.
Yeah, I don't know. And if there's a writer out there listening and going, "Ty, bullshit, it's written all over the breakdown," I apologize.
Yeah.
I just remember being so impressed because the accent came so easy because it was written in.
Right.
And it was an accent that I hadn't done before.
It's a specific Southern accent. It's like that New Orleans.
Yeah.
And I have one other question that I'll pass over to Rich, but your costume is so iconic. Like, no one else is dressed like Benny in the entire series. There's a lot of flannel.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes in flannel.
Yeah.
Like you with the hat and the kind of like fisherman.
Yeah.
Was that you, or was that wardrobe? Were they like, "Hey, we're thinking this guy"?
That was all them. And between you and me, I hated the hat.
Really? I think it's cool, man.
It does look cool. It grew on me, but at first I was like, "This is the goofiest looking little hat." And then, of course, it becomes this iconic part. I'm like, "You're not getting rid of this."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very iconic.
Yeah.
Your cosplay ready to happen.
Yeah. And now that I, obviously all the years go by, I understand the show better. Weirdly, I understand the costume choices better. I understand why they did that in a show that has so many distinct, like the Leviathan. You can't miss when that is. You can't miss what but giving that vampire a specific thing of his own, how essential that was. I mean, it's good writing and it's good storytelling.
It is, and it does make Benny a visually recognizable, iconic character, even in shadow, even in profile. Like, it's Benny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's actually kind of critical. I have a question for you. This is sort of more esoteric about the character in general for the whole relationship with Dean, but I find as we've now seen 3 Benny episodes, I think I'm still struggling to get my head around. Rob and I are both struggling to get our head around the Benny Dean relationship. Now, the reason why we're struggling with that is on purpose. The writers have purposely just given us little tidbits, like we're just seeing flashback. So this might be a question that I should be asking you in 10 episodes, but I'm going to ask you now.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that makes your guys' relationship so deeply rooted, and why does Dean not want to share that with Sam?
I think we're talking about brothers in arms, the people, 2 guys that basically survived the trenches together. They're trauma bonded.
Yeah,
they basically have escaped from a war torn scenario and have depended on each other for survival at the most fundamental level. Survival and the escape of getting out of purgatory and having each other's back. And I think that's a bond that's, unless I think you've gone to war, it's hard to understand, and it's a trauma that I think unless you've gone to war, it's hard to understand. And I think for most of us, we will never understand what it's like to rely on one other person in a war-like situation.
Let's hope not.
Yeah, let's hope not, yeah. So I think that's the uniqueness of their bond, and I think that probably Dean doesn't understand it. I don't think the 2 of them, Benny or Dean, they didn't sit down and go, so why is it that we're getting along so well?
Right.
They didn't mentally break it down. They don't, they're not talking to their therapist about it. They're in the trenches. And I mean, Benny didn't even realize that he was going to probably not enjoy being topside anymore. His that goal, trying to get back into the real world. And then he goes, this isn't what I remember it to be at all. So I think it's one of those cases that they just didn't have the time to stop and go, what is going on here? And the reason why he doesn't want to share it with Sam is because he doesn't understand himself. How do I explain to you that the guy who would kill a vampire without hesitation now is a best buddy that's a vampire? Because I don't think he understands it.
Right. It's like bonding with the enemy in war.
Yeah.
And then you return to your 2 fronts and you should have killed each other.
Yeah. And there's a great little scene, and I don't remember. There's a great little line where I think Sam says he's a vampire, and you haven't cut his head off, and he's like, "Yeah." It's a little bit of There's acknowledgement of that exact thing in there, and you can see the confusion in his face.
Yeah,
right.
I love the moment when you could see Sam in the handshake.
Yes,
you can see the recognition in Sam's face.
Yeah,
and he goes for a weapon, and then that little quiet, slow mo moment there where Dean goes, no. Yeah, it was a really cool moment.
It's a really cool moment, and it makes Benny an interesting character. I'm sure for you playing now I've got Dean, which I personally read your guys' relationship as trust, but not total trust.
Yeah.
It seems like you and Dean are all both kind of
it's war-torn buddies, but almost on the opposite side. Yeah,
right. Exactly. And so now you have to enter Sam's world where you don't have a history.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he will kill you, or you know what I mean? That's a whole different set of mines in the field to avoid.
And what a trio of these 3 men just oozing confidence. And I'm
yeah. That's so funny you bring that up. I was going to say another reason why your casting is good is physically you look competitive to Jared and Jensen. Yeah. If you had a squirrely little vampire, sure, I'd buy it for a minute, but not against 6'4" and 6'2", respectively.
You remind me of Tom Hardy.
So Tom it's Hardy you're basically Tom Hardy in the part. So it's you have this fucker, you're I think that Benny could maybe mop the floor with these 2 dudes right now. At no point do I feel like you're at a disadvantage. No. And that's great forward thinking by the writers. So they're hey, we're going to we need a great actor, but also somebody who, when they're in the room with Jared and Jensen, Sam and Dean, we buy it.
We believe.
At no point do you go, oh, this is going to be a cakewalk. No, it's not. Yeah. If you guys got into a fight, if there was a Lost Boys fight in that hotel room, it would destroy the building. Yeah. You guys would be throwing each other through walls.
And I think that's why, take it back to when we met you and Jensen really set you up. I think Jensen was excited about that too. You know what I mean? It was nice to have another sort of cohort on the battlefield. And
Yeah.
Benny has a real calm, soulful character, but despite being a vampire. how as an actor did you balance that sort of monstrous side with humanity, with his humanity?
I just did everything opposite of what I am, so it would be cool and collected.
That's acting right there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool cat, and I just, you try to take the age. When you think about a vampire, and I can credit the writers, but you try to think of vampire. There's there's no rush about anything. You've been alive so long. It's like put the soul of a very, very old person, and where there's I've got nothing but time to sit in my chair. That's all. I've seen everything.
Right.
So it's a bit of that energy of I've seen everything.
Right.
And I think that's the coolest thing to click into, is playing a character that is kind of like the old man is a vampire who's ready to go. He's got no dopamine hit left in his life.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
right.
So I think when you come from that place, it's really easy to slow people down, take their time, let them be. They're not people like me. It's like the filter between here and my mouth is like nothing, right?
Right.
But Benny's not like that. Everything's kind of cool and calm and collected. And
yeah.
And despite his ability to be super fast and super capable, he's willing to take life very conscientiously,
Yeah. Yeah.
And what a torture for somebody that actually is not a monster and has time to think about the things that he's done and the places he's been and the circumstances of his life. That leaves a lot of time to self-torment.
Yeah.
On that topic, do you remember, I'm sure it's stated in one of the earlier episodes, what period you're from, Benny?
I had it all figured out at one period of time. I think he's 150 years old. I think it was 50 years in purgatory. And yeah, so I think
1800s.
Yeah. I think he was probably. There's a great book out by I think it's an Anne Rice book, a new one called Fever Dream, and it's about the boats, the river boats, and vampires during that period of time. I kind of like to imagine that's a fairly appropriate time.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
it's funny you say that. I mentioned her earlier because I was surprised when we finally meet your maker. And he's not played by, some old
Sir Ian McKellen.
Sir Ian McKellen, yeah. It's some young preppy dude like an Anne Rice fan.
It's a great setup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You worked with Guy B on this episode. He's one of our favorite directors.
Yeah.
Do you remember working with Guy, what that was like?
I do. And what a kind man, what a gentleman. And and he's somebody else too that's third party. I just went, hey, I ran into Guy and we started talking about you, and he says hi, and he's the kind of guy I try to be this person that I love people who say kind things about others, not expecting they'll ever hear it. Because whenever I get one of those, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So I try to be that as well. And I think Guy has been that kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's a lovely man. What a great guy to work with.
Yeah. Great guy.
Yeah, he's a charming and intelligent guy, but kind and just sort of easygoing. I love it.
He's a recurring guest on this episode.
He is. Friend of the podcast, we like to say.
Well, send him my love when you get a chance.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
For sure. Every time I see it's a Guy B episode, I'm like, we're in good hands.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
How did you find the difference between shooting modern, I'm topside Benny, and Purgatory Benny? How did you differentiate those two guys?
Yeah, Purgatory Benny was more animalistic, definitely more primal. Purgatory Benny was much more here all the time, right? It was always there. That what's the next attack? What's the next monster? What's the next? Because it's funny because we figured out that he didn't get blood lust in Purgatory, but I think in a way they talk about how pure it was, right? And I think it was like a drug addict who replaces one thing with another, and so when he was in Purgatory, he didn't get the bloodlust, but I think he got that just keep moving. So it's like when you quit smoking or something, and suddenly your apartment's cleaner than it's ever been in your life.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I got to do something. So you start cleaning everything, start making appointments, and washing the floors, washing the walls. And I think that's what Benny was doing in Purgatory. He was just stay busy, just keep going.
Surviving.
Move.
Right.
Because if he stopped, then it would be like, why am I doing this? I'm in Purgatory killing monsters for what?
Right.
Yeah.
And where do I go?
Right.
Where do I go? Do I respawn here if I die?
Right.
What happened? That idea of so I think he was just in hunt mode, and he just was hunting.
Right.
And even though he had no actual blood lust, he couldn't stop himself. I think he was in some OCD mode.
Yeah.
So coming to Topside, I think somebody's he didn't have anything to hunt, but he also, this dream that he had of kind of re-entering society was never going to happen. And so now he's got this addiction that is following him constantly. He's got this letdown of having a dream that's not really feasible of trying to reintegrate into society and reconnect with family. And he's also lost the one thing that he has been trauma bonded with the whole time. Like, so now his best buddy, his left arm has just been cut off.
Is it safe to say that Benny is a better soldier than civilian?
Yeah, unfortunately.
You know what I mean? Like some of these guys who come out of war, they're like, I got to re-enlist.
Yeah.
Because I'm better out there than I am here.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And it's, you come home from war and you're not old enough to order a beer.
Yeah, man.
But you got a kill count of 57.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, man. It's a complex character, man. It's you do a really good job creating a depth to this guy really quickly.
Thank you.
Because TV moves at a breakneck pace, and there's other storylines happening, and this is third episode. But even in this third episode, first episode, we didn't know what the hell your relationship was. We're like, huh?
Yeah,
but second and third episodes, you really getting a handle on this because the way they use the flashbacks, which, flashbacks are always one of those things sometimes you're like, I don't love that device. But here's kind of critical because you couldn't just hear you guys talk about this. We need to see it.
Yeah. Well, there's that old adage, show, don't tell whenever possible, right?
Right.
So I think it certainly was one of those situations where it was better to give us the show and flashback.
Yeah, and even in the second episode, Rob, do you remember this? They are interviewing somebody, a creature, who then gives them the information and they kill him anyway. Like Dean kills so we get to see a little bit of your guys' survival tactics.
Yeah. A bit ruthless.
Yeah, it's pretty ruthless. Like no rules of engagement, so to speak.
Can I just say one of my favorite parts about this is when right off the top, Benny gets to the fight with the 5 vampires, and then he's on the phone with Dean, and Dean has that moment. He's like, "How many?"
Yeah,
I love that moment.
Yeah,
it just sets Benny up as being so bad at. When you just see the look of shock on Dean's face, when he's like, "What? Wait, how many?"
Yeah.
Okay. How great is that, right?
Yeah.
It's great. And it's a little bit like, as I watch your relationship with Dean, it kind of reminds me of my father-in-law who served in the Navy in Vietnam, but mainly because he's sober for a million years. Yeah. And it feels like those calls you get when somebody falls off the wagon.
Yeah.
In the episode you say I messed up.
Yeah, you saying that to me sounded like, yeah, I went on a bender. It had that energy and why you would call your sponsor.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's great.
So it had an AA vibe to me.
And the mess up is that he doesn't. So the rest of the entire episode, we see Dean taking out vampire after vampire, but he's doing it stealthily and intelligently and like a trained assassin would. And Benny has that ability, but he just went up because my lust went blah, and he did a face on with 5 guys.
Yeah, you're a real ding dong with that. I saw that teaser. I'm like, well, that's not good. That's not smart.
Yeah, it's the worst possible way to do it. It literally was like he cracked. It was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
He fell off the wagon.
You also bought in this episode and you realize he's not the Benny that he was last time he was topside.
Yeah.
When that character, Sorrento, that you behead, and he's like, where'd you learn to fight like that?
Yeah.
Benny let himself almost, he wasn't strong enough to defeat them first time.
Yeah.
And now he's a different Benny.
Well, yeah. There's no training ground like purgatory, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I've had a lot of practice, 50 years. I figured about 50 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have some great fight choreography with Jensen and with Misha.
Yeah.
Do you have any fun memories of fighting?
Oh, so much fun. You get to play a superhero.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of playing a superhero in there.
Yeah,
I love that moment. It's like it was just for the old man where the sword comes.
Yes, that's great.
Cuffs him, puts his foot on the ground. Getting to play a superhero is like the first time I've ever been able to do that. It's amazing. I was so jacked.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And all the stuff in Purgatory is so great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah.
And we were and I love that they kept that danger about him. And I think it's in another episode coming up there's a moment when Jensen comes to find Benny and he's now looking like a lumberjack and he's in the woods somewhere. And so that's like hand of going to grab the machete, like the danger, the imminent danger always.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen, we have to ask you a question.
Yeah.
We don't want to suck up to you, but our producer, Steve, is dying to know what it was like working on Planet of the Apes.
Interesting. Well, that's a bit of an interesting story because I played 2 characters on that franchise.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, in the first one, I play a police officer who comes and checks the sanctuary for the apes after they break out. I'm like, what's going on here? So I investigate all the things that are going wrong at the sanctuary for the apes, and then I later die in the helicopter shooting at the gorilla on the bridge. So I'm like the kind of token cop that's investigating all this stuff throughout the movie.
Well, you shouldn't have shot at the gorilla on the bridge. I'm going to say that right now. That was not cool.
I know.
Humanity needs to give apes a chance.
Well, then I come back as a gorilla. In the 3rd installment and more for the Planet of the Apes, I play Red Donkey, and he's the guy who's like torturing Caesar the whole time. I'm antagonizing him, have him literally on the rack.
Wait, are you human in both of them?
No, I was human in the first one and gorilla in the 3rd.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. And like 50 odd days played gorilla, which is a really cool, because it kind of almost lends back to theatrical time when you can, you're playing animals and you're playing weird stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going through a real weird period in my life during that, which is kind of, so my memory of it is kind of blurry. It was so much fun to do, and I'm very proud of it. Again, frustrating from a career point of view, because I remember sitting in the theater going, yep, nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Yeah, because it's at that point you've been CGI'd into whatever
a monkey
ape you are.
Literally, you're like, if that character, the size of that character, the arc of that character had been my face, it would have been like a doo-doo.
Yeah.
That little booster.
Right.
Otherwise, it just was like, and I would fight with the casting. I was in such a bad place at the time. They kept offering me scale. It was like, this scale for your first movie. It's a $500,000 franchise. Get the hell out of here. I'm not doing scale for you guys. And I turned it down 5 times.
Wow.
And I'll tell you, it's empowering to have the FU money. It's really empowering to go, I have F all money. You're not going to make a life changer for me at all. I don't give a shit. I gave you a freebie last time. Pay me what I'm due.
Wow.
So I turned them down 5 times, and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, what I'm doing is I don't give a shit anymore. I'm so tired of this. So tired of not being, seen for my worth.
Well, it sounds like that's kind of the character. They're like, he is that gorilla.
Yeah. And I mean, he ends up saying, he's the turncoat, but he ends up saving Caesar's life in the end. It's a great role.
Yeah.
Like, I'm one of the few gorillas or apes that speak and have a really cool little monologue in it.
Oh, wow, man.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. That is so cool. And
that's so cool.
Okay, obviously casting came around. Follow-up question. Because you'd already worked in the franchise, was this an offer or did you read for this?
No, I had to read for it. In fact, I went through four auditions for it.
I would assume.
Yeah, because there's a lot of physicality. But here's the thing, too. You're supposed to quadruped. Most of the apes quadruped. But what we decided with him was that he, being a turncoat, was trying to fit in with the humans, which was never going to happen. Once again, I tend to play characters that don't fit in anywhere.
Yeah.
So my character never quadruped. He was always on his own.
Oh.
And we found a example of that. There's a gorilla, and I can't remember what zoo. It might be San Diego, that walks around on 2 feet all the time.
Wow.
And it's really bizarre because you don't see them walk as much as he does.
Uh-huh.
And we're like, that's him. That's Red Donkey because he's trying to fit in with the humans. So he doesn't quadruped.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So for that, visual effects wise, were you just wearing a skin tight suit with green dots on you, or what was?
Yeah, the suit with the dots, and I had helmet cam. I was here following you around the whole time, and the dots on the face.
How do you see beyond that? Never having worn one of those, could you? Is your eye line above? Could you see the other actors?
Yeah, they try to get them to put it slightly below your eye line, so it's because. Sometimes I'll try to put it in the front. I'm like, you're just going to get a cross-eyed character the entire time if you do that.
Mm.
And you're also going to walk off the set. I mean,
yeah. And what would happen is it's this kind of curve. And sometimes if you get too close to somebody else, their camera would lock on with you. And you're like, hey, we're caught.
It's like making out with braces.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that is super cool. Now I need to go back. I've seen that movie. I don't think I knew you were an ape in it. So now I got to go back and.
In fact, I remember that part.
Red Donkey, the gorilla guy. Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Amazing. Well, thank you for satisfying Steve's boyhood dream of talking to somebody from Planet of the Apes.
Oh, that's very cool.
There he is. Dude, thank you for doing this interview with us. And we'll have you back at the end of your arc so we can sort of reassess Benny's journey.
Yeah.
But this is great. Super, super interesting insight on all this. And we really appreciate it.
Yeah. And lovely to reconnect with you again.
Yeah, my pleasure. It's good to see you boys.
Yeah, you too, man.
This is Mark Shepard, and you're listening to Supernatural Then and Now. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a little hell to raise.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies just to see if you could save some cash? Well, Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states. The holidays are approaching, and everyone knows that this time of year, the sooner you can get things done, the better. For both shoppers and businesses, the best time to score great deals during the holidays is during that Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend. And if you have your own business, whether you've been around the block a few times or this is your first year going through the holiday sale rush, the most important thing you can have is a platform that can handle everything that's about to be thrown at you. This is a crucial time for your business and your customers. And with Shopify, you can be sure that your tools and platform are ready for anything that comes your way. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names to entrepreneurs who will be participating in their first Black Friday, Cyber Monday this year. With everything else going on, you probably don't have time to spend hours poring over every little detail in your online store. That's why Shopify's thousands of templates and tools help you streamline website creation and make sure that your site isn't just aesthetically pleasing, but functional and easy to use. Shopify's expedited checkout, Shop Pay, saves customer information and reduces hassle. And the best part is that it's been proven to boost conversions, meaning you'll see less abandoned carts and more profits. You can also stress less knowing that Shopify's award-winning customer support team is on standby 24/7 to help with any issues that arise, allowing you to get back to your business as fast as possible. This Black Friday, join the thousands of new entrepreneurs hearing for the first time with Shopify. Sign up for your free trial today at shopify.com/realm. That's shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm and make this Black Friday one to remember.
We're back. Thanks.
Well, that was great.
Really interesting stuff. And because the Benny character is a unique one in the supernatural universe, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And so this interesting getting that really well thought out insight from Ty Olson.
Really well thought out and great answers. He's such a student of the craft. So I knew he'd have great answers, and he didn't disappoint.
He did not. Well, Robert, this is all well and good, but now it's time for me to shut you down so we can move on to our next segment.
Okay, fair enough.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Do you want me to do the theme song?
Yeah, let's do the theme song.
Mythology.
Castiel reveals to Dean that he is a seraph. a seraph.
Why is you saying that funny?
It's a funny word.
Because you can't say that and not sound like you have a speech impediment.
Yeah, seraph.
Is that Sarah with an H? No. Not my name's not Sarah. I'm a seraph.
I'm seraph.
Are you the DP of Supernatural? No, I'm not Serge. I'm seraph.
Seraph. Oh, that's S-E-R-A-F? No, S-E-R-A-P-H.
PH.
Oh. In Supernatural, they're a lower order than archangels. However, in Christian angelology...
Ooh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Didn't know that was a thing. They are the top of the order. Angels are organized into a celestial hierarchy of 9 choirs divided into 3 spheres. Each sphere reflects the angel's proximity to God and their specific role in the cosmic order.
Is this made up crap or is this for real? This sounds like made up crap.
If you'd have told me we were talking about spheres and seraphs,
I didn't. Sorry.
A lot of PHs.
Also, like they're divided into choirs.
Yeah, man. They sing.
So if you say you're preaching to the choir, it turns out it's a bunch of angels.
Talking about seraphs.
In a group. Yeah. Seraphs.
Why don't you tell us about the first sphere?
Okay, the first sphere. Those closest to God, his heavenly counselors. They wear short shorts and tank tops and have a whistle and a visor because they're counselors. These angels are directly in God's presence. Number 1, a seraphim. No, not a seraphim. Seraphim is the name of the order. The highest order, embodying pure light and love, constantly worshiping God. Boy, get a room, seraphim. Number 2, cherubim. I guess the cherubs, right? Guardians of divine wisdom and the mysteries of heaven, symbolizing knowledge and insight. What about the diapers and the heart-tipped arrows? Come on, guys. They're cherubs.
Let's go, guys. Come on.
Where's that stuff? And then, of course, group 3, the thrones, represent chairs that God can sit on whenever he damn well chooses.
And also,
they represent divine justice and authority. They channel God's will into creation.
all right, that was the first sphere.
Sphere.
All right, the second sphere.
Sphere.
Say that 3 times fast. Heavenly governors. Heavenly governors.
There are none of those currently in office in the United States.
That is true. These angels oversee the cosmos and ensure the harmony of divine order and government shutdowns. Dominions regulate the duties of lower angels and maintain divine order. Virtues bestow grace and strength, often associated with miracles and courage. Powers, warrior angels who defend against evil and maintain balance between the spiritual and physical realms. I've never said so many PH words in my life.
No, that's a fact. The third sphere, heavenly messengers. These angels interact most directly with the human world. Here we go. Category 1, principalities. Guardians of man's, nations, and groups. It sounds like man's, like plural, but it's man's possessive. Guardians of man's, nations, and groups. Guiding leaders towards divine will. You remember Will?
I remember
nice
Will.
guy.
Yeah.
You didn't realize he was divine, but he is. Then there's the archangels. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Oh, man. They're messengers of great importance, such as Michael, Gabriel.
What?
Exactly. Hey, everybody. And Raphael. What about me, man? And Ali. They all carry out God's special missions.
That's me.
Double what? And then, of course, there's angels. Am I an angel? Oh, man. Are there girls here? It's the lowest order, closest to humanity. They act as personal guardians and divine messengers for individuals such as Ali.
So wait, first of all, nobody's going to understand what you're talking
It doesn't matter. It's all Sebastian Roche. I'm making myself entertained.
And his lovely wife, Ali.
Ali,
that we call Ali.
Ali.
Now, so what's Castiel? Castiel, well, he's a seraph, but he's also an angel, right?
Yeah, he's just an angel, according to the supernatural lore.
Right.
Even though they're calling him a seraph, seems wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's get out of this nonsense and have some real fun.
Okay.
With some
judgy.
Fun facts.
Did you know, Richard Speight Jr., that there's an Iron Maiden song called Blood Brothers?
I did not know that, but I knew there was an Iron Maiden song, Fly on your way like a eagle.
There's that one.
Iron Maiden, if you're looking for a new lead singer, look no further.
We've got your guy.
I'm assuming they're loyal listeners.
Oh, yeah. And here I just thought they were talking about Blood Brothers.
Nope.
They're talking about an Iron Maiden song. Rich?
In Hungary, the title of this episode is Vertesver, which is one word that means, loosely translated, blood siblings.
That's right.
I wonder if any other countries, Robert, translate our?
God, I'm just going down the list here. Oh, okay, this is interesting. In Japan,
yeah,
and this is just loosely translated. So excuse me, because I don't speak Japanese, but it's loosely translated. It's the happy fun boat that kills you.
Huh.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's because Benny's a sailor.
Probably.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This episode originally aired on Halloween.
Boo! I'm not complaining. I'm being a ghost.
Got it.
Like you would be on Halloween.
Yeah, that's good.
The song Benny whistles is In the Hall of the Mountain King by Edvard Grieg. Like you had to tell me.
Yeah,
first, I knew it was In the Hall of the Mountain King, and I couldn't remember if it was by Edvard Grieg or by his brother, Lufthausen.
Lufthausen Grieg?
Lufthausen Grieg. But it was Edvard, so that's cool.
Right.
And Guy B has said it's an homage to the Fritz Lang film M. I believe that M stands for M. Crow. Tyler Hayes' knick-knack store and denim production company up there in Lostine, Oregon. M. Crow, where the M stands for In the Hall of the Mountain King.
Nobody's going to know what you're talking about. The name of the boat that Benny and Dean take, it has a C and D painted on it. In 2012, Jensen bought a boat, and it was suggested to him that he name it the Captain and Daniil.
Oh, that's clever.
His wife's name, of course, is Daniil.
And ironically, you've worn a captain's hat on this very podcast.
No.
And Did you know that the name of the boat that Benny and Dean take, that C&D, you know what it's actually for on the real C&D?
No.
The Happy Fun boat that kills
I knew it was
you.
going to come back to that. We're so sorry, and you're welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this tour through the episode.
Yeah,
it's a fun.
It was good. This is a
episode.
good podcast. I like this podcast. I'm not embarrassed of this podcast.
No, I feel good about it.
I'm not going to take my name off this podcast.
No,
I'm proud of
me too. And we're in it. We're doing it. Season 8.
The journey continues here on season 8. Maybe at some point we'll figure out what is going on with
There
the
you go.
area.
This episode of Supernatural features Jared Padalecki as Sam Winchester, Jensen Ackles as Dean Winchester, and Misha Collins as Castiel.
Guest stars include Ty Olson, Leanne Balaban, Athena Karkanis, Patrick Stafford, Harrison McDonald, Clayton James, and Luke Rorarik.
Blood Brother was written by Ben Edlund and directed by Guy B.
Editing by Nicole Baer. Music by Christopher Lennertz.
The boom operator was Chris Glenn Jones.
Executive produced by Robert Singer and Jeremy Carver.
Supernatural was created by Eric Kripke.
This episode originally aired on October 31st, 2012.
This episode of Supernatural Then and Now was hosted and executive produced by Richard Speight Jr. and Rob Benedict.
Produced by Stephen Hine, written by Stephen Hine and Haida Holscher.
And edited and associate produced by Trey Booty.
What's up, Trey Booty? What's up, Trey Booty?
Music provided by Tim Wynn.
The episode was recorded with the help of Sonic Fuel Studios.
This podcast is from Story Mill Media.
Follow the podcast on Instagram and TikTok at SPN Then and Now.
And become a member of the podcast. Get early access, chat rooms with other podcast fans, and video interviews at patreon.com/SPN Then and Now.
That was great. Let's record one.
What song can you whistle?
What do you say? You know, that's a jerky way of asking. It's dismissive. Your arms are folded. Boy, if you can see the body English.
Why aren't we going to these guys for Halloween?
Because we just hit on each other the whole time. Look how hot we are.
I do that anyway. Where it's just, it does feel made up. Like, is this from the Bible? Like,
I think Steve made this up. This is like a Steve going rogue.
By looking at this, I would put Castiel as an angel. He's an angel, not an archangel.
Yeah, but according to the other mythology, I'm glad this is not under fun facts because these are not fun.
No, but we need to know it for the test.
I'm not even sure these are factual. Fly on your wings like an eagle.
Steve, we're confused.
As they do.
Hey, I have a grandchild. My first grandchild's coming.
Hey,
No way.
congratulations, Paps.
Yeah, I know, right? Can you believe it?
That's awesome. Who knew that Red Donkey would have a grandchild? I mean, this is big news here. Big Hollywood news.
Don't press stop.
Story Mill Media.
Hey, everybody, it's Rob. Before we get started, I wanted to share one of our favorite podcasts that we're hearing about. It's called Fantasy Fangirls, and it's your new book hangover cure. So the deal is this. Every week, two sisters, Nicole and Lexi, dive deep into your favorite fantasy books, talking about lore and characters, insights, and theories of beloved stories. They've covered the Empyrean series by Rebecca Yarros, Sarah J. Maas's A Court of Thorn and Roses series, and are currently deep diving into The Kindred's Curse Sage by Penn Cole. And it's super fun. You get to read along with them. It makes you feel like you have your own personal book club. The thing about this show is, you know how you get obsessed with a new book and you want so badly to chat about it with your friends, and Fantasy Fangirls gives just that. It's a place and community to gush about these amazing stories. And, you know, at the Supernatural fandom, we know all about community. If you want to check out Fantasy Fangirls and dive deep into these books with them, search Fantasy Fangirls wherever you get your podcasts.
Every horror film hides a secret. Behind the killers, the haunted houses, and the urban legends, there's a true story.
Welcome to the Fear Archive, the podcast that digs through case files and cult classics to uncover the real crimes that inspired your favorite horror movies. We're funny, we're obsessive, and we're not afraid to get our hands dirty.
Because the films, pure fiction. But the bodies, they're always real.
The Fear Archive, a Violet Hour media podcast.
Follow now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.